Hi friends, it's Dave from Southgate Imaging. So today I had another thought of an interesting guitar comparison. So recently I had a Martin 10E in the studio, and the 10E is a Mexican built part of the Road Series by Martin. It's all solid, has a solid spruce top and Sapelli solid back and side. So it's an interesting comparison with a Yamaha FG3 in a lot of ways. They're both dreadnoughts, and they both got solid spruce tops, and they both have basically either Sapelli or mahogany back and sides. The prices are roughly, probably the 10E in Canada is about 14 right now, and I think the the Yamaha FG3 is about 13, I believe. Prices change every day, and the exchange rates go up and they go down, and we had tariffs and all this kind of stuff. So take that with a grain of salt. But really, the FG3 and the 10E Road Series are very similar priced, similar specs in a lot of ways. So I thought it would be kind of a natural comparison. Now, I don't have the 10E in the studio today, but I had my footage I shot a few months ago. So I'm going to kind of splice that in. And what I want to do is I want to talk about the construction of the guitars. I want to talk about the playability of the guitars. I want to do some sound tests, and I want to have some conclusions the same way I normally do my comparisons. So let's start with the Red Label series. Now I have in my hands FG5, which is a step up from the FG3. The FG3, in my opinion, is the best value point in the Red Label series. My experience, I've owned a FG3, I've owned a FG5, I've owned FS3s, and I've owned FS5s. And the 3 series, if you're money conscious at all, that's a great price point. So you might want to keep that in mind. However, I'll walk through the construction of the guitar, and I'll talk to it as if it's a FG3, so you'll know what you expect. So basically, you're getting an all solid guitar. You got a toned, aged, it's called ARE, Sitka spruce top. You're getting ebony bridge, ebony fretboard. You're getting solid mahogany back and sides. The trim level isn't high. It's a kind of a plain looking guitar. It's not unattractive, but it is what it is. Now on the on the FG3, they substitute, the 5 has the ebony bridge pins. You're just going to get plastic bridge pins on the FG3. You're going to get a different pickguard. Actually, a lot of people like the pickguard that's on FG3 better than FG5. A lot of people find these kind of gaudy and big, and it's fake wood, so they don't like it and they take them off. So in a way, the downgrade to the regular pickguard on FG3 is probably a good thing. The tuners are pretty much the same. I've never noticed any difference. They're the same Yamaha tuners. Some people like them, some people don't. I haven't had a problem with them. The Red Label logo here is the same. So, that's kind of the way the guitar runs. The FG5s are touched by luthiers in Japan. The FG3s aren't. They're just I shouldn't say a lower end, but maybe a less experienced lutherie process, or certainly less time consuming. That might be the way to do it. That's probably done in China. This guitar actually had a setup done in Halifax along McQuaid, and in my experience is, to be fair, be honest, the FG5 setups they don't always knock it out of the park, and even the FG3s, a lot of times you want to get it set up to your playing experience anyway, what you want. So take that with a grain of salt, but that's been my experience. But this one is set up absolutely fine. Playability wise, the thing is just great. I love playing them. The FG3 and the FG5 have the same shorter scale, which makes the dreadnought a lot more comfortable. To me, that extra, half, 3/4 of an inch regional here, I'm a small guy, doesn't work that good for me, but these are just absolutely fine. So that's my impressions of the playability of the FG3 and the construction of the FG3. So I'll insert the same that I have recorded previously for the Martin 10E here. And then we'll jump into the playing examples, and I play really the same songs in the same studio using the same mic, and it's the same 67-year-old player. So anyway, we'll do that now. Let's first just walk through the guitar and see what's here. So probably one of the most controversial features of the guitar is the Richlite fretboard and Richlite bridge. Richlite is Richlite. You either like it or you don't. Some people look at it and say, well, it's plastic. I look at it as it's a nice alternative to ebony. It looks like ebony. I don't have any problem with the feel. And I like the fact that I'm not going to get fret sprout, so I don't have to worry about, you know, filing down fret ends and things like that should the environment change. Seagull's used a lot of the ebony in some of their artist series, or the more of a Richlite, and it's worked out good for them. So, you know, I don't have a hate on for the Richlite. I don't have a problem with that. It looks to me like it's a mahogany or some mahogany-like neck material or neck wood. The tuners they're not going to blow you away. They're just standard Martin tuners. They don't feel particularly good, but they work. So I just leave it at that. You're looking at a Sitka spruce top, solid, and you're looking at a Sapelli / mahogany solid back and sides, which, you know, that's positioning really this guitar into the intermediate level and up. Really, you know, a beginner guitar to me is going to be at least solid top, and it's most likely to be laminated back and sides. So this kind of takes it to the next level up. So they're great guitars. So let's get into the studio and talk it over and get some playing examples. Can't do a lot of finger picking today. I have very sore fingers. This thing is a smoking guitar. So I hope you enjoyed those playing examples. The question is, I guess, is that where's your best bet if you're looking at an FG3 versus the Martin Road Series, and what do you feel on that? Well, a lot of people don't like the Road Series because they're built in Mexico. A lot of people don't like the Yamahas because they're built in China or Japan. If you're all set on a US made guitar, you're not going to get it for $1,300. So it's simple as that. So in this price point, $1,300, both of these are good values. They both come with quality structured gig bags. The Martin gig bag is quite nice. The Yamaha one is great. It's my go-to gig bag. Even the FG5, I'll find myself a Yamaha structured gig bag to go to gigs with. I don't take the case with me. It's just too nice. It's a really nice case. So, you know, accessories, they're pretty much equal. So what would drag me to more the other? Well, to be honest, the feel of the guitar is more upscale with the Yamaha. It just feels that little bit more finished. It feels that little bit smoother, and it probably sounds a little richer to my ears. Now, you may be a Martin guy, and the Road Series sound like Martins. And if that's the sound you want, get a Martin, because you're not going to get that exact sound with the Yamaha. That's really where I got to push you, because if you like the Martin, buy the Martin. If you're a value buyer like me, I see the higher level build of the Yamaha, and the sound is somewhat richer to my ears. Everyone's ears is different. So I'm a Yamaha guy. I'm probably going to lean towards the Red Labels, but I can see why you'd want a 10E. I can see how you'd buy into the Road Series. And the latest 2026 Road Series, the way they've jiggled around the models and stuff, they look really, really interesting. Weird thing about the Road Series, I digress for a second. When I was in Mexico, I was thinking, oh, you would think maybe Martins or Mexican Martins are cheaper down here. They're not. In fact, they're more expensive. That just blows me away. I believe they all get shipped back to the US and down to Mexico. I think that's the way it happens. Not absolutely sure, but there certainly is no deal on Martin Mexican-made guitars in Mexico. But I digress. Anyway, these are two really great guitars, And if you want the Martin, I'm not telling you don't get the Martin, because the Martin is a great guitar. If you're on the fence, man, the Yamaha, you got higher level woods. You got ebony versus richlite. You got, what do you get? You're getting all solid mahogany versus Sitka spruce. You know, you're getting, to me, a higher level woods. Uh, so that would sway me that way. But again, if you want that Martin sound, that thump that you might not get out of the Yamaha, you get yourself your Martin and you'll be happy. Anyway, I hope that you'll enjoy the video. Remember to like, subscribe. Any questions you have about these guitars, I enjoy answering the questions and comments. So it's always interesting. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching.